In this episode of Sailing Doodles, we dive on the wreck of the RMS Rhone. We hang out with Fun with the Pfeiffers from YouTube. We try to catch a giant lobster. And my good friend Casey joins us for a while. A year ago, I had a stroke and lost my career as a corporate pilot. So I sold everything I own and bought a boat that probably costs less than your car. I packed up my 2 dogs, talked a good friend into coming along, and we set off to sail around the world. Along the way, we've had some great adventures and met some amazing people. So come along with us on this journey and enjoy the ride. These videos are made possible by patrons like you. To find out how you can help, go to sailingdoodles.com. This island is called Dead Chest. It was made famous by the pirate Blackbeard. The story goes that Blackbeard marooned 15 men on this island and left them only with a bottle of rum. The men decided to drink the bottle of rum and swim across the channel to Peter Island, although they didn't make it and they drowned. And so this little story was the inspiration for the favorite pirate song, 15 men on a dead man's chest, yo-ho, and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil is done with the rest, yo-ho, and a bottle of rum. Right off of Dead Chest and in between Peter Island and Salt Island is the wreck of the RMS Rhone, so we decided to do a little snorkeling there. The RMS Rhone was a British Royal Mail ship that sunk in a hurricane in 1867. Because of the rough weather, the crew ordered all the passengers back to their cabins. They told them to sleep tight, which means tying yourself to the bunk so you don't get thrown out. Unfortunately, the boat hit some rocks and sunk so fast that the passengers had no chance to escape. All the passengers died, and only the crew survived, only 23 of them. And they were able to swim to safety just a few hundred yards away on Salt Island. The boat sank in only about 30 feet of water and only a few hundred feet from the shore. But still, no passengers survived. It really was eerie, snorkeling at a spot where over 123 people died.
What's going on?
We are making tortillas. It's hard to get tortillas down here and they're expensive. Like you get a pack of 8 for like, I don't know, they're like $8. So I found this recipe on the internet and we don't have a baking pan, so we're using a bottle of Spam or a baking roller pin, whatever. So we are using a bottle of Spam.
Improvising.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's just flour, salt, a little oil, and milk. And I don't know, we'll taste them, see how good they do.
So far, so good.
Yeah, they look all right. So it really isn't too hard making the tortillas, and they actually taste a lot better than the store-bought ones. I guess fresh, you know. It is hard to roll them out straight, so that one looks good, right? Nice and circular. That one, not so much, but it still tastes good. So, homemade tortillas, another thing to add to the repertoire. What are we going to do today?
We're going to do a live feed.
All right, cool.
Sunday fun day.
All right, so who are we doing this live feed with?
Fun with the Pfeiffers. They're wonderful. It's a couple of 2 kids, and they're a really great time.
Yep. Yeah, we hung out with them a couple days ago. We might have had some adult beverages. I don't remember.
Maybe too much.
Maybe too much. But anyway, check them out on YouTube. They're cool people. So, thanks. So we headed back into Jost Van Dyke to hang out with the Pfeiffers. In case you've never logged on for one, we have a live feed every Sunday. And And this Sunday, the Pfeiffers joined us and had their first live feed.
Here, come here and say hi. Hi! Not you.
Rob and Rin are the Pfeiffers, and they have two adorable little girls named Berkeley and Elle.
Take this.
And of course, Megan can't resist playing with an animal or a kid.
All right.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready.
And we have liftoff. You got it?
See, look, this one looks the smaller. This one looks the bigger. Good boy. Good boy. Why is that look scared of me anyways? He's the shy one.
Of course, if you're gonna have dinner on Jost Van Dyke, it better be Corsairs. It's almost always busy, and it has a really cool island vibe to it. And of course, the staff is super friendly, and the food is awesome. Our friends Baron and Carrie that operate a mega yacht happen to be in the same anchorage, so that evening we headed over to their boat and got a little time in the hot tub. It doesn't get any better than that. The next day we headed back over to Tortola because my good buddy Casey was coming in town to hang out with us for a few days. We had to pick him up. Cane Garden is one of my favorite spots on Tortola, and it's a great place to stop and reprovision or just hang out on the beach. How do you like Cane Garden Bay?
I love it. It's so understated on everything, but it's really great. It's quaint, and it's not all fancy touristy, and it's not always so packed, so you can relax.
I like it because a lot of the locals tend to come here. Not as, I mean, there are a lot of cruisers here, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of locals hanging out here too, so. And the puppy dogs love it too, because they get lots of beach time, and of course lots of attention too. So it was time to stop by the market and pick up some provisions. So a lot of people ask, we do how we provision and stuff like that. So we went to Bobby's Marketplace here and bought a whole box of stuff. How much was all this?
$239.
Wow, $239 for 2 boxes of stuff and a case of beer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Casey.
More patrons, please.
Yeah, no kidding. Even though the food can be pretty expensive, there are some places where you can find some decently priced drinks.
Hi, we have limes.
You do. How much are the beers here?
And 6 for $15, pretty good deal.
That is a good deal.
Makes me holler. Let me get you on, Captain.
Well, cheers. Cane Garden. Yeah. Good time. Thank you guys.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
So after reprovisioning and spending a night in Cane Garden, it was time to keep sailing and take Casey on a tour around Tortola. The wind kept increasing that day, so it was time to reef the mainsail to make the ride a little more comfortable. We were still headed east, so we had to beat into the wind a little bit and do some tacking. But there was definitely a nice reward at the end of the day, hanging out in Virgin Gorda, checking out a sunset looking like that. Push her in.
Bob at the helm.
It might be a little rainy. This kind of sucks. They're not always good sailing days. This one was a little bit rainy.
So we just went snorkeling and the boys saw a really huge lobster. So of course they went down to see if they could go catch it so we could have it for dinner. So we'll see.
A little earlier before, at that rock where Casey's diving down right now, we saw about the biggest lobster I have ever seen. Unfortunately, by the time we got back with the gaff to try and catch it, it was gone. Or at least too far back in there for us to grab. There was a friendly little barracuda though checking us out.
Later.
It's A for effort, right? I mean, that's all that counts. I get a medal for participating, right?
I stabbed at a barracuda.
What did you do? Watch?
I did. That's why I swam after a barracuda. I was right to chase mine.
Why would you swim after it?
4 inches from a snapper. Almost.
Well, at least the gaff got wet. That's new.
That just sounds dirty.
Sorry, Meg. No lobsters tonight.
Forgiven.
There really were some cool areas to do snorkeling around there, though. Lots of caves to dive through and beautiful fish. Even though we didn't catch any lobster that day, we pulled into Norman's Island to do a little celebrating. I think Casey's teaching Megan how to pretzel here. I'm not sure it's working. It really is too bad that these dogs don't get much attention or love.
For all of those friends lost and all those friends gained,
Amen.
this is for you.
Love you guys. All of us.
You can tell we're budget cruisers when we're pouring pretty nice champagne into 3 different plastic cups.
Alright. To Christy, everybody.
To Christy.
To Christy. Love you guys. Cheers.
It's so good. It's so good. Hey guys, we have something really fun to announce. We have a new website, and it's at sailingdoodles.com. You can go check it out right now.
Yep, and on there you'll find lots of cool stuff like pictures, videos, you can replay live chats, and also the rough seas, the 37-foot CNC that we're currently sailing, we are putting up for sale. So you can find a link to that, pictures and videos, and all the information about that. So if you're interested, you can contact us through the website. And we really appreciate you checking out another episode of Sailing Doodles.
Yeah, thank you guys.